Matapos sa patayin ang isang pulis sa Bulacan dahil umano sa droga, isa pang kabaro at kasosyo nito ang kusang sumuko dahil sa takot. Umamin din ito na ginagamit ang uniforme at police mobile sa pagtutulak ng droga. Mula nang mapatay si PO3 Michael Manalad noong Huwebes dahil umano sa iligal na droga, hindi na raw mapakali ang kabaro ng pulis na nakadestino rin sa Malolos PNP. Sa takot, kusa na itong sumuko kay Bulacan Provincial Director, Police Senior Superintendent Romeo Karamat. Dito, inamin ng pulis na katandem siya ni PO3 Manalad sa pagtutulak ng iligal na droga sa Bulacan.
Sumuko lang ako dahil gusto ko pa mabuhay. Hindi pa ako gumagamit. Nasangkot lang po.
Nasangkot saan?
Sa drugs po.
Idinetalya rin niya sa kanilang hepe na mahigit isang taon na silang bumibili ng droga sa Metro Manila at ipinapasa sa mga street pusher sa Bulacan para makaabot sa mga private subdivision sa Marilao, Malolos at Plaridel. Ginagawa raw nila ito ng naka-uniforme at habang gamit ang Police Mobile Patrol.
Susyo sila. Nagbigay itong si Piotr ng initial na 30,000 na pera para pagsamahin yung pera nilang dalawa ni Piotr Manalad. At yun po yung ginamit nilang i-roll para itong magnegosyo itong dito sa illegal drugs. So, in short, business partner sila sa pagbibinta ng droga.
Kinumpirma rin ito na nagkita pa sila ni PO3 Manalad noong gabi bago ito nawala.
According to him, yun po yung last na transaction nila dito sa Malolos. Actually, sabi nga niya, 10 gramo yung inabot niya kay PO3 Manalad.
Kasong administratibo ang kakaharapin ng pulis. May posibilidad rin na matanggal siya sa serbisyo. Nagbabala naman ang Bulacan PNP sa iba pang tiwaling pulis na konektado sa iligal na droga.
Sabihan ko na sa kanila, niwawarningan ko na sila na sumuko na lang o stop or be double tap.
Mula nang ilunsad ang Oplan Tokhang, sa Bulacan unang nakapagtala ng pulis na napatay at sumuko dahil umano sa iligal na droga. Sa kabuuan, 79 na ang sumukong pusher sa lalawigan at halos 3,000 naman ang user. Kabilang ng 42 anyos na si Gerald de Guzman na itinuturing din na #1 most wanted sa bayan ng Malolos.
Name and shame tactic adopted by our president has both a plus and a minus. No? On one hand, it demonstrates yung seriousness, yung determination niya to really stomp out criminality and corruption, especially official corruption within the PNP ranks, between and among the PNP officials. So that's the plus. On the other hand, syempre, may violasyon dyan ng due process. There's still a presumption of innocence. And therefore, they're entitled to be heard. They should not be subjected to trial by...
It's definitely wrong. It's definitely wrong. It's not just, it's not just the human rights aspect of it all. But it's the law. You don't just kill. I find it disturbing na right here in the halls of Senate, he would openly make such statements. Hindi na ba natin madidistinguish kung ano yung tama?
Pato hindi nila kami dinidiktahan. Alam namin kung kailan kami magfa-file ng kaso. Ayaw naming ura-urada lang. Hindi naman po kami gano'n na dahil hot na hot yung issue, magpapasikat kami, magfa-file ng kaso. Of his, at the very least, annoying and definitely disturbing. I mean, ano bang klaseng mga statements yan? Katawa-tawa tayo sa international human rights community.
Sinashut up niya ako. I cannot shut up. You cannot kill. You cannot kill. You cannot kill the criminal because we do not have capital punishment.
Kung sasang-ayunan ho natin yung ganyang pananaw, katawa-tawa talaga tayo as a society.
And you know, international organizations like Human Rights Watch, they take these things seriously. Pero tayo, ano tayo? Yung iba sa atin natutuwa pa. Lalong ina-idolize si Duterte because of that kind of a stance. But is that right? Hindi po tama yun. Killing is killing, no matter what. Killing is killing. And therefore, then he must be held criminally liable. Kung ina-admit niya na is responsible for these killings. And I'm just really being consistent because I used to be the chair of the Commission on Human Rights and I'm a human rights advocate and defender. Talagang I've been really raising hell against this phenomenon called Davao.
Ma'am, ano po ang iyong reaction sa paglaganap daw ng droga during your time as DOJ Secretary?
Kasalanan ko yun? Kasalanan ko yun? Are they accusing me na ako may kasalanan? And then tingnan nyo na lang, what I can say is that, balikan nyo na lang yung mga ginawa ko rin. Alam nyo naman siguro, for example, in the Bilibid,
Ko is said to be the leader of Bilibid-19. Intelligence reports from the Philippine National Police and National Bureau of Investigation show Ko has been handling a drug trade network in Luzon and Metro Manila. He funded a number of political candidates for protection. During the same raid in 2014, a gun was found in Ko's Kubol that was registered to a congressman. Peter Lim is a wealthy businessman from Cebu. There's little information about his person. A well-placed source who has led investigations on illegal drug trade in the country says drug lords usually acquire businesses, both legal and illegal, to launder their drug money. They usually have protectors from the police. President Duterte claimed such is retired Deputy Director General Marcelo Garbo. The source says Garbo strengthened his links to the drug trade when he was regional director in Cebu. The former police official has not come out since Mr. Duterte identified him as a drug lord protector. Protectors supposedly receive 7 million pesos per week so that illegal gambling and smuggling can continue. They also earn from the drug trade. In exchange, protectors share intelligence information and get immunity from arrest and raids.
Kunin ng taga ha. Nagbanta yun, nagpapatay taga. Tinuod lang, ipapatay tayo lang. Basta masilip na ako na.
Sige, okay.
Iwasan tayo. Tinuod.
I believe the President was fed with wrong and poisoned information regarding the matter. 100% hindi po totoo yan. Alam po ng ating mahal na Panginoon na siya lang ang aking huwes sa puntong ito. But what is certain is, number one, I have my integrity intact. Number two, I have God watching over and protecting me and my loved one.
Ako po si Police Chief Superintendent Edgardo Gonzales Quino. Then, kaya ko po kayong tingnan, mata sa mata. Kaya ko pong isubject ang aking sarili for lie detector test. Kung magigera tayo, ha? Sinasabi ko sa inyo, kahit ako mamumuno ko, makipaggera tayo kahit kailan, makipaggera. Pero kung yung desire na magserbisyo pa after this, wala na akong desire. Lilinisin ko lang yung pangalan ko. Lilinisin ko lang yung pangalan ko. Sisiguraduhin ko na malinis yung pangalan ko at ako'y mag-early retirement. Alam ko po ang aking pagkatao. I have never been involved in illegal drugs activity. I have never been involved in any shenanigans, so to speak. I have never been involved in nefarious activities. And hindi po ako dregs of society, hindi po ako salot ng lipunan.
Hindi ko po matatanggap yan kasi sa kabila po ng ginagawa namin na laban sa drugs, sa kampanya ng ating bagong presidente at ng ating bagong halal na GPNP na Sir De La Rosa. Ito ba po yung kapalit na sa aming lahat ng ginagawa. Na unang-una ay isa po ako sa galit na galit sa drugs.